Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining. This is Rishabh Kale, ex-senior analyst, HSBC, having an experience of around 8 years into the equity stock markets. So was a fundamental analyst working with various buy-side and sell-side companies in India. I have been tracking the Indian market since last 8 years, being a personal investor since last 10 to 15 years, probably. I started at a very early age. So today I'm 33, so it's been around 15 years that I've been investing. You can calculate now how early I started. So today, what are we doing is, we are setting some strategy. So I retired at the age of 30. Ideally, this age is said to be very young age to retire. But what I made is I invested in the last 15 years, and what I found out is that investment helped me much more than what I learned on my job. Obviously, because if you see big people who make money in the markets, it is through investing. So I rightfully, invested, learn about the fundamental things, how to invest in stock market, even some part of the technical I learned. And then, with both of the combinations I started investing, though I was a fundamental analyst, but, investing savings also takes a lot of toll on your income. So I manage this all, but I will suggest, investing for longer term makes you money. But now recently, the trend that you see in the market is totally towards technical. You can make quick money. I will not say very quick, but I will say, quick, let's say in month of 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, you can have a great technical view and make a lot of money in the markets. See, I will say that, job can never help you get retired. I retire is all through investment. Today also, if I say that I don't earn anything, I still have a lot of funds, maybe mutual funds or stocks, which I manage, and I can easily generate 10 to 15% return on a CAGR basis. Maybe sometimes 20 to 50 if the market is like COVID, the trending market, you can also double your money in a year. So I and Nishit sir. So Nishit sir is one of our investors. He's also been in the market since last 25 years. He has been investing. So we both invest together. I am specifically into fundamental. Nishit sir is into technical analysis. So we combine and try to find stocks. Probably from fundamentals we find value, and from technical we find momentum. So this is how we both collaborated. I know I've started earning. We are doing it from last 5 years. So exactly at the time where I retired, Nishit sir if you take his experience, he was the head of financial services in Novartis India. He is a cost accountant, CMA, what do you say today? So he's been also long years into this market. So we both have today, started this webinar just to tell others, who's scared about the markets. See, you are scared because you don't have the right kind of information or discipline to trade. See, technical analysis, you lose money. People say, I have traded in the market and I lose money. It is because you don't have the discipline. The discipline is very important while trading. And that is what I have learned from Nishit sir. He's been a senior to me. He said that if you are disciplined about, you will make money. And I have seen this. And then the last 10 years, if I was disciplined, it was just 2-3 years that helped me, to gain the amount of money I want. Okay. So Nishit sir, will you like to give an introduction of yours? Can unmute. You're on mute. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Rishabh. And welcome everyone to this webinar. It's a great pleasure to host all of you for this webinar, where we can really question some of the myths about the market. That market is not a gamble. If you analyze the market, if you understand the market, and then when if you trade or invest, the chances of you losing are less. Of course, I won't say that it's 100% guarantee that you will make money. Nobody can give that guarantee. But the fact is that statistics says that 99% of the retail investors, they lose, or traders, they lose money in the market because they have not learned. While 1% who have learned, they are the ones who gets benefited. So it is your choice whether to be a part of the larger flock of 99% or 1% of the privileged who are able to make the money. And like Rishabh said, discipline is paramount of paramount importance in this field, where it's not only the time investment in timely manner, or but the risk management also is very important, which we will touch upon in our course, which we are going to conduct over the next 2 weekends. Thank you, Rishabh. Back to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your introduction. So guys, today, I am sharing one of my knowledge that I have learned throughout the years interacting with fund managers. See, I was also a part of HSBC Global Fund. I used to interact with the CIO, the mutual funds that you invest, I was a part of it. I used to interact with Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. I have also met Dilip Sangvi, the CEO of Sun Pharma. We used to have one-to-one chats. So this is what I have learned. Even I will say Ashish Killa or maybe Vijay Kedia. This all people we used to meet in our meetings. And what I found out that fundamental analysis is okay. See, I am an MBA, I am a CFA, level 1 cleared. That doesn't have anything to do with the stock market. You are from a BCom, a 10th fail, or maybe 10th pass, 12th pass. Anyone can trade or invest the market. I will just give you a basic understanding. Let me ask you one thing, guys. I would like you guys to interact via the chat box. I will just like to ask you one thing. When everyone talks about finance or accounts, they are like, so balance sheet hoti hai, P&L hota hai, cash flow hota hai, ye mere sar ke uppar se jata hai. My own sister, she is like, I don't understand accounts. It is very difficult. That debit what comes in, credit what goes on. I agree. Those who don't understand it is like maths. But being an Indian, we are very good at judging. Correct? I agree, everyone. Whenever we see any person outside, we are very good at judging them. So forget about finance for a little bit. Just understand. Just I want to ask you a few layman questions. You can, even your mom will able to answer, your parents will able to answer, even your grandparents will be able to answer. I ask you this question. If you want to know that I am rich, okay, looking at me, what do you feel? Or looking at any person randomly outside, you don't know that person. How do you know he's rich? If you can give answers on the chat box. How do you know iske paas paisa hai ya nahi hai? I will see the dress. Okay, fine. Dress. Anything else? Expensive clothes, like, you will get it. Brand. Premium clothing. Achha, personality doesn't tell you anything about the money that he has. But okay, car, correct. Achha, something that has value. Something that has value. Shoes, watch, correct. Car. Fine. So if you judge me, if I have money, you will say, sir, I have a good car. Sir, maybe have a good house. Sir has good watch, good mobile. Can I say that? If you own an iPhone, ideally, if you own an iPhone of 1 lakh or maybe the fold phones, probably you think that this guy has money. Can I say, guys, those are assets of a person? That is how you judge. And we are judging this from last so many years. Our parents, grandparents are the one who judge people very quickly. Even my grandparents or parents used to judge my friend very quickly, whether he's rich or not, depending on the clothes. This is what we do generally. So now, if I ask you, just share my Excel a bit, just a blank Excel. I don't want to go to technicals or fundamental. I know it is difficult. So when you say that, I have a watch, I have a car, I have a big house, okay, car, a house, probably, clothes, premium clothing. Can I say I have money? Let's say my watch is of 1 lakh, my car is of, let's say, 50 lakhs, my house is of, let's say, 2-3 crores. Okay, I wear an expensive clothes. Okay, something like that. Just put in sense it. I have expensive clothes. Let's say I wear a 50,000 rupee shoes, something like that. Now, can I say these are assets? Assets means something that has value. I will not say assets are something that will help you grow your money. Those are financial assets. This is basic assets, something that has value. So if I just calculate it, I have assets worth or spend worth rupees 3 crore 51 lakhs. So these are assets. And if I ask you, that out of the 3 crores, guys, out of 3 crores, 50 lakhs, the entire 3 crore is loan. Now, how do you feel? Now, do you think I'm rich? Let's say I have all these things. But if I say out of that 3 crores, I have, sorry, out of 3.5 crores, 3 crores is loan. Achha, now, no, okay. Because you started judging me that, sir doesn't have money because ideally he's living on debt. Achha, other way around, I will take it, let's say 1.5 crores of debt. Okay. And let's say the other remaining is my own money. Now, 2 crores of my own and 1.5 crores of the loan. Now, am I good? Can I say that, guys? If let's say I have 2 crores of my own money and only 1.5 crores of loan in that. Correct? Fine. Probably better in a better position than saying, entirely loan. That better position is given by one simple calculation that my equity is, my debt is 1.5 and my own money. Equity means as of now own money. Means if tomorrow, even if I default, okay, even if I'm not able to pay off my loans, I have the money, I can sell off my asset and still pay off the loan. And I say I am in a better position. So, okay, guys, this is the first thing that you look in a company. Whether it has debt, it has assets, and whether it has debt. If the debt is more, probably you should be more cautious because this guy, though he's saying that he has a Mercedes, he has an expensive mobile phone, but if it's everything on debt, you have to look at his, closely monitor him. But if is he able to pay its EMIs? Achha, now, quickly on the second part, what I'm doing with this? Achha, I am having 3 cars. I am having 3 cars. Is it good? Do you think I'm very rich? If I am 3 cars? No. See, having 3 cars, obviously I have money. That is why I have 3 cars. No, guys. Basic question. If I have 3 cars, I am rich. That is why I have 3 cars. Now the question comes, what I am doing with that cars? Am I just, as you are guys saying that, sir, it depreciates, it's a liability. Achha, it's not a liability, it's an asset because it has value in it. The question is not having 3. I can also have 30 cars. But what is the point of having the cars if it's not helping me generate revenues? See, now you are saying car is a liability. What if it's my Ola business and I have 3 cars? Now car is a liability or an asset? Then it's an asset. It doesn't change like that. It doesn't change like that. It doesn't change based on the nature of the business. Assets are something that brings cash flow to the company. Assets are something that brings money to us. I will specifically say those are assets. Rest all सब मेरे खर्चे है. Rest all सब मेरे खर्चे है. तो ये एक बेसिक था टू जज एनीवन. जो बोलते ना बैलेंस शीट बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है, क्या देखना होता है बैलेंस शीट में, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. तो ये फर्स्ट, दिस इज द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट यू लुक एट कि उसके पास पहले कितने एसेट्स है. बिकॉज हाउ यू क्विकली स्टार्टेड जजिंग मी कि सर के पास पैसा है, इसका मतलब हाउ डू यू जज इट? बेस्ड ऑन इट्स लुक्स, मोबाइल, कार्स, ये सबको आता है. तो इसमें नई बात क्या है? दिस फाइनेंस इज लिटिल बिट बहुत जरा कॉम्प्लिकेट करके रखा है फ्रॉम ए इन्वेस्टिंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. ठीक है, वो सब चीजें जरूरत होती है, एक लेवल पे जरूरत है, बट फॉर अ लेमैन ये सब जानने की जरूरत नहीं है. कितना पैसा है, हाउ मच मनी यू हैव एंड हाउ मच आर यू इन्वेस्टिंग, sorry, how much money you have and how have you raised that money? Is it your own money or is it the money that you have earned from, is it your own money or you have taken a debt? So likewise, I have taken some names of the hotel industry. Now the question comes, sir, why hotel industry? Now if you follow our channel, this one, the channel here, we say I am a trainer now. I have stopped. I have left my job and I've been training. I've been an investor. I train MBA finance students. on how to get into fundamental roles. And also I'm an advisor, which I advise my friends, families on which stocks to buy. But that is only for the family as of now, because I'm not a registered advisor. But while interacting every day or reading newspapers on a daily basis, me and my mentees, every day I will show you my list of the morning calls. If you see this, every time now we are talking something about tourism sector. Tourism is growing. Automobile and tourism are growing. Now, how did I come on to this conclusion? There was a recent GST cut from 2020 to 2025. Guys, just tell me if I'm wrong. 2020 to 2025, after the COVID, maybe after unlocking start, 21, 22, I will take. Can I say people have bought new houses, new cars, new laptops? When the unlocking happened, everything turned digital. You have to buy a new laptop, maybe a car to go to office because it was COVID. Now, example, you are the one who has purchased the house, because I can see, in my locality, both the neighbors have purchased a bigger house. That is what I see in the COVID, because work from home, so you required a bigger house because everyone is working from home. So if you have 1 BHK, they have shift to 2 has shift to 3. And this is what I'm seeing from the last 2 to 3 years in India. You can also see construction going on. Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad. If you belong to these states, constructions are going on. See, yeah, I'm not taking any fundamental parts. Just mujhe jo dikh raha hai aaspas, that I'm talking about. Yeah, rapidly it is increasing. Now tell me one thing. I just want to ask one basic question. तुम्हारे पास घर हो गया. You have taken a good mobile phone 2 years back. Let's say an iPhone. You have taken a good car 2 years back. घर लिया, गाड़ी ली, कार लिए, and clothes also you have taken. ठीक है? अभी GST cut हो गया. There's a GST cut. You have saving more money. Let's say your salary was 1 lakh and you were saving 50,000. But because of the GST cut, let's say you are saving 60,000. Okay. अब मुझे बताओ, where are you gonna spend your money? Just tell me one thing. Where are you gonna spend your money? तुम्हारे पास गाड़ी है, घर है, कपड़े है, क्योंकि तुम ले रहे हो नए. Everything you have new, अभी recently लिया है, वॉच भी लिया नया. Where are you spending your money now? नहीं, spending, not investment, Prajwal, spending. Travel, vacations, trips. अच्छा, outing, correct? ये पैसा बचे तो I will also do the same thing. I will say personally, I am also doing the same thing. If I am saving money, मेरे पास सब है. अच्छा, अगर let's say मेरे पास I have saving, let's say 10,000 extra additionally, I was able to afford a normal premium hotel, but now I am saving 10-15,000 more. Can I say I will prefer a luxury? Just tell me yes or no. तुम्हारा 10-15 हजार और बच रहा है महीने का. Would you go to a hotel which is costing, let's say, a room which is costing 10,000 and a room which is costing 15,000? Which one will you prefer? Premium and no, correct? यही prefer होगा. So now, I have found that it's about the mindset. Let's say, Chandan, mindset, Indian mindset is spending. India is a spending economy. We spend a lot, consumption. That is why there is inflation in India. And it's about the mindset, correct. But when you read newspapers on a daily basis, or if you even listen to my calls, every damn morning, every day in the call, we are just talking about people, your spending towards premium hotels. Spending towards every call you see. This is one of the call. Now TSI says growth driver. Hotel, real estate is the next growth drivers. People are moving towards more luxury products. I have an article recent which came on Monday, and this is written by one of our student, Abhishek Shankar. It's also his name over here. He was one of my student. He was my mentee, and he has been placed into ICICI Securities. See, Abhishek Shankar. Now we also interact a lot. Now he's an analyst. I was his mentee. Now what he has written over here, Indian IHCL is the Indian Taj Hotels. Needs to turn H to the key restart the stay. Now, if you read this article, they have written that the revenue per room has been increasing because of the active wedding season, which is coming. They have also written that the demand is coming because of the stronger seasonal travel. Means now people are moving out on an every weekend. People are moving out on an every weekend just because they have money. तुमने अगर न्यूज देखा होगा ना हर बात. So I am from Mumbai. I travel Mumbai Pune a lot. Every time there is a news about, there is a lot of jam-packed traffic on the Mumbai-Pune highway. Lonavala is the destination for Mumbaikars, and Mahabaleshwar and all those are the restaurant, and even the same route goes for Goa. Say over here, all these places are being overcrowded on weekends. So this is one I will say this was on 24th Monday. If possible, guys, read this article. In this article, they have specifically mentioned that people are just going out on a weekend, which was not there in the last so many years. The hotel industry was into losses for the last after the 2009 crash, because after the recession, no one had that money. Taj Hotel was in losses. ITC was in losses. Oberoi Hotels was in losses. But recently, the way tourism has increased, and you guys also agree, sir, I will spend the money on tourism. Now it depends how rich you are. Yeah, pilgrimage tourism, correct, Vignesh? Pilgrimage tourism, the Ayodhya part, you just go and see the roads that are happening. Samruddhi Mahamarg, you say it's one of the beautiest road ever I've seen in Mumbai, in India, where you can travel at a stretch of 800 kilometers. You can reach there in 10 hours. Straight road. It's a good road. So cities have become connected. You can connect your cities very easily, because previously obviously road infrastructure is a problem in India, but it is growing. Now all this, this is not something that I've done today. I have reading this from last 2 to 3 years, and I've looking at the numbers properly, and I've interacted with Nishit sir. We also handle a fund. I said, Nishit sir, I am seeing this trend. Every day we talk, every day I read newspapers. I see something in the newspaper. They are talking about expansion. Taj is saying that they will expand. There was some criteria. See, in the addition, the IHCL is the course to open 3,000 rooms and 18 launches in the H2, means in this year, H2 FY26. They are saying that they will open almost 3,000 rooms. Guys, what is the cost of a Taj room in India? If I ask, if you book a one night at Taj, what is the rate? Not 1 lakh, normal one. 1 lakh also there. The presidential suites comes at 1 lakh. 20,000, correct? 40,000 also in some area. I have a Taj presentation, which Taj presentation shows that the average room rate in India is around 15 to 20,000. 3,000 rooms addition. Now, this is not only Taj. There is Oberoi Hotels, which is saying that there is they are expanding. Last weekend, there was a news about the Radisson Hotel, which says that they are expanding into places like Alibag. They also have one hotel there, but they are not expanding. With the Navi Mumbai airport happening, travelers, visitors, foreigners visiting India, we are talking about all these data points in our morning calls. So if you have time, you can follow us and read this, or maybe hear this on a daily basis. You will get what are we talking on. We are not talking about fundamental. We are just talking about what is happening. There are my mentees who come and tell things are happening, what things are happening. So that is why I have choose tourism as a sector to invest. The reason for last 2 to 3 years, from my analysis, my personal analysis, I am entirely bullish on the tourism sector. But the problem is, sir, kaun sa stock? Even I am confused. Which stock to buy? I look around, profitability is good. Balance sheet, let's say I don't understand. I'm a layman. I don't understand what is profitability, what is margins and all, what is ROE. Those all things I don't understand. Abhi kya kare? So मैंने तुम्हारे लिए, for the one who are not from the finance background, just make ये मैंने profits have come from money screener. I'll show where is this profit. These are the operating profits. Okay, operating profits. I will show where you get. There is a website called screener.in. In this, you will get a see operate. Always look at the operating profit. Don't go the net profit. I will show how does it works. You go to screener.in. It opens something like this. Put the name of the company, Indian Hotels. On Indian Hotels, just go to profit and loss over here. And you see the operating profit is around 2000, around 3000 crore is the profit. That is what I have mentioned over here. 3000 crore is the recent profit that they have achieved. But if you want to buy the entire chain of Indian hotels, the price is quoting is 1,05,000 crores. I'm not talking about the market price. I'm talking about the entire business if you want to purchase. So guys, तुम बताओ अगर तुम 3,000 करोड़ का कंपनी है and I come to buy your company, at what price will you sell? You are making 3,000 crore of profit every year. If you want to sell the company, at what price will you sell? सोचो. हाँ, you can take TTM Chandan, that's fine. Guys, if I ask you, just let me ask you, at what price will you sell? तुम्हारी 3,000 करोड़ की कंपनी है, मुझे खरीदनी है. More than 3,000, less than 3,000. Think and answer. No, Sandan, no valuation, nothing. This is layman terms. I don't understand. तुम्हारी 3,000 करोड़ की कंपनी है, तुम IT वाले हो, फार्मा वाले हो, 10th फेल हो. हाँ, obviously, as you say, sir, obviously it is more than 3,000 crores. How much more? How much more? हाँ, can I say higher the better? 20 times, 30 times, 40 times. So let's say I and Nishit sir are investors. I come and say I will pay you 20 times. अच्छा ना 20 times मैंने क्या basis पे बोला? On what basis are you saying 20 times? It's ऐसा 20 times of the earning. 3,000 करोड़ है तो मैं 60,000 करोड़ में कंपनी बेचूंगा. कहना चाहिए क्योंकि मैं भी इतने महंगे में क्यों खरीदूं? क्योंकि I think there is a potential growth. Okay. But at the same time there is another investor who says that I will buy at 30 times. Same investor says that I am buying 30 times. अभी एज अ फाइनेंस गाय यू विल से सर ये तो एक्सपेंसिव हो गया, वैल्यू ओवर वैल्यू हो गया, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. ये सब चीजें सिर्फ बुकिश नॉलेज में है. तुम कोई चीज, अभी मैं तुमको एग्जांपल देता हूँ. एग्जांपल, अज्यूमिंग सबके प्रॉफिट सेम है, मैंने यहाँ पे वो निकाला है प्राइस टू एबिटा. IHCL ना मुझे कोई 35 टाइम्स में दे रहा है. मुझे लेट्स से सेम सब कॉम्पिटिटर्स ही है ना. मुझे ना लीला पैलेस कोई 23 टाइम्स में दे रहा है. तो मैं कौन सा लूंगा? थिंक. मुझे IHCL कोई 36 टाइम्स में रेडी टू पे. तुम्हारे दो होटल्स है, तुम्हारे दो होटल्स है. IHCL को तुमको 36 टाइम्स दे रहा है और लीला को सिर्फ 23 टाइम दे रहा है. ऐसा क्यों? ऐसा क्यों होगा तुम सोचो. हाँ, अज्यूमिंग एवरीथिंग इज सेम. ऐसा क्यों? तुम्हारे दो होटल्स है, IHCL और लीला. एक तुम्हारे 1,000 करोड़ पे तुमको 36 करोड़ दे रहा है और तुमको एक दूसरे 1,000 करोड़ पे सिर्फ 2300 करोड़ दे रहा है. सॉरी, 36,000, 360 और 23. करेक्ट. ब्रांड वैल्यू करेक्ट. अभी कैसे तुमने बोला? आई होप मेनी ऑफ यू आर फाइनेंस स्टूडेंट्स, बट ये तो बेसिक क्वेश्चन है ना कि हाउ मच, कितना ज्यादा देना चाहिए. तुम बोलते हो सर वैल्यूएशन करते हो एंड बोलते हो सर अगर है ना इट इज लोअर द वैल्यू तो इट्स बाय. तो जस्ट थिंक ना, आर द इन्वेस्टर्स आर नॉट दे आर नॉट विद नॉलेज. उनको पास नॉलेज नहीं है. वो 36 टाइम दे रहे, सबको दिख रहा है ना 36 टाइम्स. कोई इनसाइडर इन्फॉर्मेशन है, बट स्टिल दे आर पेइंग. मतलब वो सब पागल है. तुम ही फंडामेंटल एनालिस्ट हो जिनको लगता है कि हाँ सर ये सबसे सस्ता है, ये लेना चाहिए. यू नो द रीजन व्हाई नैनो वाज आउट ऑफ द बिजनेस. नैनो क्यों बंद हुई इंडिया में? सस्ती थी ना वो. सस्ती थी तो भी क्यों बंद हुई इंडिया में? क्वालिटी इश्यूज. करेक्ट. क्वालिटी इश्यूज. मतलब वो इतनी सस्ती थी कि लोगों को इंफीरियरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स आने लग गया. कि मेरे पास अगर नैनो है तो लोगों को लगता है कि मैं गरीब हूं। ऐसा लगने लग गया था लोगों को। इवन मतलब इवन इफ इज स्टेइंग इन अ चॉल, उसको लगने का कि नहीं अगर मेरे नैनो ली तो लोगों को लगेगा कि मैं और भी गरीब हूं। सो इट डजंट मीन दैट things which are cheap, things which are at low cost is always good, कि सस्ता है अभी जाके महंगा होगा। I will rather prefer a premium product than a a mass segment product, given the way I am looking in the market कि लोगों की सैलरी आज पता है एजुकेशन बढ़ गया है। एवरीवन इज एन एमबीए। तुम जाके देखो मतलब मेजोरिटी लोग आर एमबीए। एवरेज सैलरी इज अराउंड 6 to 10 lakhs। अच्छे कॉलेज से करते हो तो छः मतलब अच्छे भी नहीं बोल रहा, टीयर 2 टीयर 3 से करते हो तो 6-7 लाख तो इजीली मिल जाता है। मुझे खुद 50,000 सैलरी होने को 3-4 साल लगे थे जब मैंने चालू किया। बट नाउ डेज आई हैव प्लेस्ड द स्टूडेंट, बीकॉम वाला है 5.5 लाख सीटीसी है उसका, 45,000 इन एंड सैलरी। मुझे खुद नहीं था जब मैं बीकॉम का था। तभी 45 मतलब 5 लाख रुपए सैलरी है तो ऑब्वियसली यू आर नॉट गोना बाय 2 लाख रुपीज कार। तुम अभी तो ऑल्टो भी नहीं लोगे। तुम अगर न्यूज पढ़ते देखो मारुति बोल रहा है कि ऑल्टो का सेल्स गिर रहा है, बिकॉज लोगों को ऑल्टो लेनी है, लोगों को एक बड़ी एसयूवी लेनी है। और else तुम्हारे पास अगर 3 लाख का बजट है तो पीपल आर बाइंग 2 लाख का बाइक्स। वो बोलते हैं कि मेरे को 2 लाख का बाइक चलेगा बट 3 लाख की गाड़ी नहीं चाहिए। हाँ, अगर पेपर पढ़ोगे तो ये समझता है। इफ यू कम ऑन द मॉर्निंग कॉल, पेपर पढ़ने की भी जरूरत नहीं है। कम ऑन अ मॉर्निंग कॉल, हम यही डिस्कस करते हैं 1 घंटा रोज। तो मुझे यही नजर में आया कि ना सब होटल्स में ये आईएचसीएल को ही सबसे ज्यादा वैल्यू क्यों मिल रही है। सबसे ज्यादा वैल्यू क्यों मिल रही है आईएचसीएल को। तो एक माई आईज लेट अप कि अरे यार इतना मिल रहा है मतलब। एंड आ रहा है कि अभी तक इसका ग्रोथ बाकी है। वो बोलता है कि लास्ट उसके 4-5 महीने में ना उसके प्रॉपर्टीज रिन्यू हो रहे थे। सी रिनोवेटेड प्रॉपर्टीज इंक्लूडिंग ताज पैलेस दिल्ली, ताज पैलेस गोवा, presidential selections, Taj Lake are another catalyst which will add to their revenue in the coming months with this 3,000 hotels. With this 3,000 hotels, तो just look at what are they trying to say कि हमारा तो ग्रोथ अभी तक हुआ ही नहीं है। अच्छा ये ऑक्यूपेंसी, अगर इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज ऑक्यूपेंसी, इसका ना पीक ऑक्यूपेंसी 80% था। इसका 74 हुआ था Q1 में। मुझे पहले लगा कि डिमांड नहीं आ रहा है। डिमांड नहीं था इसके लिए मतलब सिर्फ 74 रूम्स ही भरे हुए हैं। ऑक्यूपेंसी मतलब अगर 100 रूम्स है तो 74 भरे हुए हैं। तो ना 74 मेरा ऐसा था कि ऐसा क्यों हुआ, 74 क्यों हुआ। देन आई रियलाइज कि उसके कितने सारे प्रॉपर्टीज तो रिनोवेशन में चल रहे थे। दे वर रिन्यूइंग इट। एंड गाइस, और एक क्वेश्चन, जब रिन्यू करेंगे, तुम एक बिजनेस ओनर हो, तुमने एक प्रोडक्ट रिन्यू किया, प्राइसिंग सेम रखोगे? सोचो, डिमांड तो है मार्केट में, विल यू कीप द प्राइसिंग सेम? Probably you will charge a higher price. Charge higher price means higher revenue, higher profitability. डिमांड तो वैसे भी हो रही है, 80% लोग तो वैसे भी तुम्हारा फुल है। एंड फॉरगेट अबाउट ताज, ताज के साथ देयर इज एन होटल कॉल्ड रिच कार्ल्टन, वो ताज से भी महंगा है। उसके भी फुल ना ऑक्यूपेंसी रेट इज रीचिंग 80-90%। ट्रैवल्स हो रहे हैं इंडिया में, पीपल आर मूविंग आउट, टूरिज्म। दैट डे देयर वाज अ न्यूज, जयपुर में देयर वाज एन होटल which was costing 1 lakh rupees per room and all booked for the weekend। तो ताज तो उसके सामने सस्ता हो गया, 20,000 तो। सो ये सब चीजें ना फंडामेंटली है, ठीक है, वो मैं थोड़ा बहुत देख लिया फंडामेंटली। तो मैंने एक छोटा सा बेसिक अजम्पशन लिया कि ये इतना महंगे पे क्यों दे रहा है। फाइनेंस में बोलते हैं कि सबसे सस्ता लेना चाहिए, बट आई एम ऑफ द ओपिनियन एवरी टाइम यू आर नॉट राइट। सस्ता हमेशा ही अच्छा नहीं होता। तो जैसा मैंने तुमको बोला था एसेट टर्नओवर, ठीक है, एसेट टर्नओवर सिया, मतलब मेरे पास 11,000 करोड़ के एसेट्स है एंड उस पे मैं सिर्फ 9,000 करोड़ का सेल्स कर रहा हूं। ये ताज था, ये लीला होटल्स है। मेरे पास 6,000 करोड़ का एसेट्स है एंड मैं 1100 करोड़ का रेवेन्यू कर रहा हूं। इट मीन सिर्फ 0.2 है। मैंने डिवाइड किया ये। फिर तुम मुझे बताओ विच कंपनी शुड आई, तुम बताओ बेसिक, मतलब मेरे पास इतने एसेट है, एक एसेट पे मैं 0.8 रुपीज कमा रहा हूँ। 1 रुपया इन्वेस्ट किया तो आई एम अर्निंग 0.8। लीला में तुम 1 रुपया इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो, यू आर मेकिंग 0.1। सेल्स ही कर रहा हूं मैं, प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी पे जा ही नहीं रहा हूं। जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट सेल्स। यू टेल मी विच कंपनी लुक्स बेटर। ऐसे IHCL भी है और ये भी है EIH वो ओबराय वाला है, तो वैसे IHCL भी है। तो मुझे तो क्लियरली ये साइन लगता है कि यहाँ पे अगर इंडस्ट्री ग्रो हो रहा है तो ये कंपनी तो ग्रो होना ही है फंडामेंटली। बाकी कहते हैं ये लीला तो देखो, आई डोंट लाइक दिस होटल। विनीतिव इज वेरी, वो रिच कार्ल्टन वाला बहुत एक्सपेंसिव होटल है, काफी कम लोग वहां पे जाते हैं, बट लोग जाते हैं, जाने वाले जाते हैं, बट ये कितना कमा रहा है? तुम बताओ, इफ यू आर अ बिजनेस ओनर, फॉरगेट अबाउट फंडामेंटल, फॉरगेट अबाउट वैल्यूएशन, फॉरगेट अबाउट P&L, बैलेंस शीट, कैश फ्लो। मैं तुमको एक दुकानदार की तरह बोलता हूँ कि तुम अगर 1 रुपया डाल रहे हो और 0.8 कमा रहे हो, और ये बिजनेस में तुम 1 रुपया डाल रहे हो और 0.2 कमा रहे हो, तुम क्या प्रेफर करोगे? द फर्स्ट वन। तो इस पे कौन सा मैंने फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस की बात की थी? कुछ किया है? इज इट एनीथिंग अबाउट फाइनेंस ओवर हियर? यू टेल मी, कैन अ 10th स्टैंडर्ड गाय आल्सो अंडरस्टैंड दिस? अगर तुम्हारा मैथ्स थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा है, सो आई हैव माय कजिन ऑन द कॉल। Mala, do you understand this? No? Is it anything about finance? Yeah, so my is my cousin. He's in doing BTech. So he's there on the call. He also says that accounts is very difficult. I don't understand. Finance is something like that. Very difficult to understand. Complicated topics, complex topics, valuation, etc., etc. All those balance sheet, P&L. क्या था? कौन सा बैलेंस शीट P&L मैंने देखा है? ये भी बोलता मैंने कहाँ से किया? जस्ट गिव यू वेयर आई गॉट दिस नंबर्स फ्रॉम। इंटरनेट पे जाओ, इंटरनेट पे जाओ, इंडियन होटल्स, मैंने कहा बैलेंस शीट। ये तो बेसिक है, दिस इज द बेसिक वन। इसके एसेट कितने हैं, जो भी लेटेस्ट है ले लेना। 11,000 करोड़ के एसेट्स है, वही मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा है। एंड वो 11,000 करोड़ पे कितना सेल्स कर रहा है? ही इज डूइंग अ सेल्स ऑफ 9,000। जो मैंने चीज तुमको पहले बताई, मेरे पास 3 कार थे, उससे मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? वॉट आई एम डूइंग विद द 3 कार्स? मैं कितना टाइम्स करा रहा हूँ? ये बिजनेस मुझे 0.8 दे रहा है, ये बिजनेस मुझे 0.2 दे रहा है, तो फिर सस्ता भी क्यों ना हो? तुम लोगे क्या बिजनेस? मैं तुमको सस्ते में देने को चाहिए बिजनेस, बोले भाई। फिर तुम बोलो सर देयर विल बी टर्न अराउंड, नहीं सर वो 0.2 का 0.8 करेगा, फिर इतना एनालिसिस कर सकते हो तो फिर करो। इतना तुम अच्छे हो फंडामेंट, तुमको लगता है कि ऐसा होगा तो वो भी हो सकता है, मैं नहीं बोल रहा कि ये खराब है, बट मुझे दिख नहीं रहा है। एज अ लेमैन आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड, आई जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड। तो ये सब कंपनीज के मैंने सिर्फ लिखे रखे। द रीजन आई डोंट लाइक लीला पैलेस, द रीजन आई डोंट लाइक ITC, आधा देता है सिर्फ IHCL का। ओबराय होटल्स, guys from Mumbai, do you think Oberoi Hotels is a dream for everyone to stay in that? एंड पता है ओबराय होटल्स के आजू बाजू कौन रहता है मुंबई में? अगर तुम रहते हो तो ओबराय, मरीन नरीमन वाला, अंबानी, द एंटायर बिजनेस लॉबी ऑफ मुंबई प्रेफर्स ओबराय। तुम उधर जाओ, कभी तुमको रूम खाली नहीं मिलेगी। Corporates, the majority, the big corporates are, in the south part of Mumbai. वहाँ पे ओबराय होटल्स है, एंड इट इज वन ऑफ द प्रीमियम होटल्स इन मुंबई। वहां पे अभी ना 15,000 के रूम है ना, तो now even you can afford, who is earning 15-20 lakhs, as Rishabh Gora said that, he also bees to very various hotels. So hey, if he's earning like 25-30 lakhs a year, उनको 15,000 रुपए देने में क्या हर्ज है? इट्स ऑलवेज फुल। वैसा एक है, उसके और भी होटल्स है, बट दिस इज व्हाट आई लाइक। रिसेंटली ना हार्दिक पांड्या हैज बॉट एन हाउस इन 360 व्यू, वो भी ओबराय का रियलिटी पार्ट है, एंड दे हैव एन होटल इन देयर कैंपस और इन देयर विसिनिटी, बाजू में ही है, वो भी फुल होता है। गो देयर, कभी देखना ओबराय के ना बुकिंग जाना, हमेशा 2 रूम्स अवेलेबल, 3 रूम्स अवेलेबल, ऐसे ही आता है वीकेंड्स को खासकर। Yeah, all business tycoon stays in Mumbai, North Mumbai, and Oberoi has strategically made all their hotels in an area where all rich people stays. Even in DLF, वहां पे दिल्ली में भी जहाँ पे people ना rich locality है, वहां पे उसका होटल है। That is why it makes lot of money. This is one of my best company to look at. मतलब मुझे हमेशा अच्छा लगता है। Financials थोड़े बहुत है, but demand is increasing, so but Now let's say I have boiled down to two stocks. I told Nishit sir that sir I have got this two stocks. Fundamentally what I found is very basic जो मैं read कर रहा हूँ and what I have doing on the fundamental part. This is what I found. Now let's say this was conversation between me and Nishit sir, assuming there are no one in the call. Nishit sir, this is what I'm seeing. What is your view? Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Rishabh. See, as a technical analyst, I will not get bogged down by the numbers. I will refer to the charts, because technical analysis is nothing but study of charts patterns. So I will always look at the chart, and I'll always look at the pattern, and then try to decipher those patterns in terms of how it is unraveling and what it really indicates. So when we talk about tourism, right? There is a separate index for Nifty tourism. So I was also analyzing the same around 3 weeks back, where we found. If I can share my screen with you.
Yeah, sir, you can. Yeah. I just wanted to add one thing, guys. So when I was looking at these two companies, so मेरा तो ऐसे है कि मुझे ये stock buy करना है, correct? Because fundamentally मेरे radar में आ रहे हैं. But now, what is the right point to enter this stock? This is where technical analysis comes in, and this is where I interact with sir and say that, sir, this is what I'm seeing. Just let me know which is the right point. Probably it will happen that it is at the high point. So sir always guides me that Rishabh, the technical indicators that he's telling that these are the technical indicators, and I feel this is not the right time to enter a stock. So I keep on holding. Yeah, sir. Sorry. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. So this is the chart of of India tourism index, and it's a monthly chart, because I always start with a monthly chart and then drill down to daily chart. So it's always 3 time frames that I always look at, and monthly chart means it represents the long-term trend. Now, if you see couple of things. This is a candlestick chart. The central line here, okay, is nothing but a 20-period moving average, simple moving average. Now you see continuously, since April 23, this is moving above the simple moving average. Plus, if you see recently, okay, couple of months back, it has taken a support on the RSI 60. I'm following an unconventional RSI. We will talk about RSI and volatility all during our course in the next week. But taking a support here on 60 itself is an indication that it is telling that I'm going to be bullish. So this is the first signal which says that yes, I am going to be bullish. Okay. Then looking at the weekly chart. Weekly chart here, 3 weeks back, it has taken a dip, right? But this is a medium term chart. Weekly chart means it's a medium term. So in medium term, it is telling that yes, I am slightly going down, but my long term trend is I am still bullish. Okay. Now, if somebody wants to invest in the market, we will always look for what is the value buy. Because of course, buying expensive and then still selling it expensive is one part of it. But when you go for investment type of thing, then you will always try to see what is the lowest price that is available to you and what is the entry point. So this became a sort of an entry point that yes, it has taken a dip. Okay, it has come down and now it is entering the it's the right time to enter. But this is the index. And then again, looking at the daily chart. So the daily chart Here also, if you see 3 weeks back, it has formed some sort of a hammer sort of pattern where it has taken a downtrend, and after downtrend it has given a technical signal that I am not going to go down further. A classical, in classical technical analysis, a hammer pattern after a downtrend is a clear signal that the trend is changing. So this was identified, and then it comes to now in the tourism sector, what are the stocks that we need to look at? And since Rishabh had already mentioned, Oberoi and Indian Hotels, two groups, I thought I will, just concentrate on these two because fundamentally these two look strong. So rather than spending time on all the stocks of the uh, basket, let me just concentrate on these two. And I zeroed it on Indian Hotels. Indian Hotels is, I will explain. So this is the chart of, I will say Indian Hotel chart I will take. Okay, so this is a chart of Indian Hotel. Okay, a monthly chart. So now since the November month is closed, again if you look at in a monthly chart, it has formed some sort of a hammer sort of pattern. Okay, which indicates that now the trend is changing. So it is confirmed by the close of November that the pattern is changing. Okay, but our analysis started in the first week of November itself. How? When we look at the weekly chart. Okay, on a weekly chart again 3 weeks back, it had taken a dip and it had taken a support on RSI 40. So on a weekly chart, when it is taking a support on RSI 40 and it starts rising from there, it indicates that I am not going to be bearish anymore. Okay, so that's a signal it gave that yes, I am now ready to start my journey. Parallelly, on 7th of November, look at this. It has formed a distinct hammer pattern on a daily chart. Okay, where the price went down all the way up to 673, but then there was a demand, and again the price went up during the day and closed at 691. So this indicates that yes, there is a demand. Plus, also if you look at the chart, it's already in the support zone. Now this candle here, if you see, was earlier, it was there somewhere in February this year. Okay, so again it is in the support zone, so which also justified that yes, the trend is changing because now it is taking a support, formation of hammer candle at a support, plus monthly, of course, anyway it is bullish. Weekly chart taking a support on RSI 40, which is sort of giving a confluence of the signal. Additionally, if you see, there is a sizable volume, and a hammer with a sizable volume is a clear-cut indication that now it is going to the downtrend is ended and it is now no more going to be bearish. So these were the signals which we I had analyzed, and then I had given my finding to Rishabh, and look how it has gone up. Okay, I will show you Okay, let's start from here. All right. So let's say that, we started with this candle and just spread it out so that you people can see it clearly. And let's look at, day by day how it transpired. So my entry was above the high of the candle. So around 698.75 is the high of the candle. So my entry was at 699. Okay, my stop loss was the low of the hammer, which is nothing but 672.6. So with a risk of almost 16 rupees, okay, per share, I started, and then look how next day it confirmed. So my entry was here when it formed a candle and crossed the height of the hammer. That was the entry point, right? And then look how it has moved during the days. Yeah. So it has ended at 744.3, almost 10% up from the time I, identified and entered it. And imagine in 15, I would say, sessions, if you get a 10%, it's a good return. Rishabh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm stopping my sharing.
So guys, yeah, so Chandan, the entry and exit points, see, it is not that easy. Sir is saying, because we are looking at this stock from last 2 to 3 months. It is not just that the technical with just the patterns, what sir is talking about. It was something that fundamentally, and looking at the company, there are various indicators as well. There is RSI, there is Bollinger Bands. On those basis, we have selected. We will say that I will agree that I have been invested into the stock. I will not say you guys to buy, because this is not an advisory firm. I am invested because there are some kind of risk and reward that we have seen. What is the stop loss? What is the entry exit point? So we are doing this webinar for the next weekend from 6 December 6 7, and after that weekend 13 14. So here only we are discussing our strategies. Now why I have decided to do it, and it is just 500 rupees. So what I'm decided is how we stock track, how we track the market, how we enter into a stock. Now this was just fundamental. Nishit sir also have various things about price action movement. He doesn't look fundamentals. He doesn't look at the fundamentals. He just look at the price movement, because fundamental comes after a long time. I am doing this research from last 6 months, and then I have come up with the sector. But sir is doing on a daily basis. He is like a full-time trader now. So last 5 years he has gained a lot of money. He has helped many people. But what happened, that since he doesn't have any colleagues or maybe friends to talk about, I have shared this in the group that we are doing this. I am personally learning how to trade in the markets with just technical analysis. Fundamental is one part that I have learned, but we are starting with technical. I'll just show you the brochure. What are the things that we are doing? I'll just share my screen. Okay, here the first day, there are 4-day sessions only at the start. What are charts? How do we identify trends? Based on technical, nothing fundamental into it. Stock analysis, obviously, I will be there also on the call. We will be sharing our fundamental thoughts as well. Then indicators, which is the indicator, RSI, volatility band. See, and we are doing it for just a minimum cost. It's just that the time is important. We are just asking you for the time. If interested, you can join. Entry, exit, you guys are saying, now what is the entry point? What is the exit point? Even I do the same thing. When to take an exit, we should have a strict stop loss for that. What is the purpose of investing? Is it based on fundamental? Is it based on technical? If it's on technical, what is the support line? What is the stop loss? What is the target price? When should you exit? If it increases, should you exit? Now, let's say we have not exited IHCL, but probably tomorrow we might exit because the trend might change. Because let's say one dip in the market, we might change. It is not always that we follow the same rules that sir has told. So this was, we just combined with fundamental and technical. So all these strategies you will learn, get clarity on how the price pattern works, advances, how to manage risk. This is one of the important thing. Stop loss and targets. What should be your stop loss and what should be your target? How to again, change your stop loss. Trailing, this is called trailing stop loss. And if you select one stop loss, be disciplined. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि सर अभी नीचे जाके वापस ऊपर गया. Loss तो loss, you have to book it. And profit, you have to wait till profit. You should not book कि सर ₹1 ऊपर चला गया, ₹2 so I will sell it. See now IHCL we are holding. Now sir ने target price नहीं पता. We have a target price in mind, what will be the target price. But since it is not a advisory session, I will not say target kya hai, support kya tha, entry point kya tha. It takes a lot of study. Sir, works almost every day on technical basis only. He's also a tutor. He also teaches personal student. But he has said that Rishabh, I can also teach your students. Those who are just getting into markets or don't know about anything about the markets, just try to learn and start being disciplined. This is my fundamental goal. Start being disciplined. Easily you can make. See, I will say I retired at 30. It was not easy, okay? Retiring as 30, you will hardly see anyone retiring at 30. We'll also give a disclosure that, I recently bought a Mercedes E-Class at the age of 33, and it was all based on the stock market. It was not based on the training. Training, I hardly take 10, 15,000 from students, where the financial modeling courses are sold at 80,000. I don't start this for money. I just started it to share my experience. And this is what we are doing here. Nishit sir has also collaborated saying that, Rishabh, why don't I share my experience? Because, obviously, because I have a good base of students, students do admire me. And I will say I have, Nishit sir has been my mentor in this. Like, I was not a fan of big technical, but fundamental and technical always go hand in hand if you want to make big money. Small can wo trading kya hai, buying, selling, you should understand those. And then obviously I am there. I will be there on the call every day. I have shared you my morning meetings also. You can come, which trends I'm talking about. So this makes me more confidence of buying a stock. See, now I can spend my 80% of my portfolio into IHCL. Do you think IHCL कल उठ के बंद होने वाला है? लगता है क्या तुमको? Anyone? कि इंडियन होटल ताज बंद हो जाएगा, वो ₹700 का स्टॉक कल ₹500 या ₹200 हो जाएगा? ऑफ कोर्स नॉट. उसके एसेट से मैंने तुमको पता है 11,000 करोड़ के तो सिर्फ एसेट्स है उसके, उतना तो वैल्यू उसका होगा ही, प्लस अ ब्रांड. So I become very confident about when I have this technical with me. So these are the 5 days trading sessions. Today, I will say tourism sector. I am heavily invested into tourism sector, whether it be mutual fund, whether it be stocks, whether some use of strategies of option trading, futures and option. So this is a mentorship program. I will say again a mentorship where we will be discussing our strategies and telling you how should you invest. We will not talk about stocks over here. How should we invest? Obviously, I will be talking about stocks. Sir will be just identifying trends. This is the trend that we are looking at. How to have a market stop loss, target price, exit price, risk. How much risk? How many stocks should you purchase? What is the risk that you take? How much money do you have? It's not that if you have 1 lakh, all the money should you invest in one stock. That also strategies we will discuss in the 4 days webinar. So if you have any questions, you can ask. And yeah, this will be recorded. Sessions will be recorded. You will get the recordings when the sessions are done. So even if you miss it, you will get a recording. It will be on weekends, same time, 6 to 8. All strategies, all indicators, basically, which are important, which we trade on, which we both trade on. Yeah, that's it. Anyone want to ask any questions? You can unmute yourself or raise your hand. Rishabh has said that assets are recorded at book value. If we consider market value, then correct. Assets are recorded at book value. Correct, Rishabh? So just the book value. Rishabh, everyone don't understand, so I'm not putting it. Okay. Yeah. Do you speak something, Rishabh? Yeah.
Sir, good evening, Nishit sir. So you showed us the charts of monthly, weekly, and daily calendars. I can see
Yeah.
that in monthly, it was at support level. In weekly, it was a bit above support, and when we saw daily calendar, it was reaching a resistance zone. I had also seen a pattern where the resistance has been reducing in IHCL. So how is the call taken? Basically, I didn't get that.
See, again, like, if you, am I audible?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you
sir.
are.
Yeah. So, if you look at the monthly chart, because now, the month is closed, November month is closed. On a monthly chart also, it has formed some sort of a hammer candle.
Yes.
Okay. And also, if you see, there is a good volume also on a monthly chart,
Yes.
right? So, a hammer pattern after a downtrend with a good volume itself is an indication that the downtrend has ended. Okay.
Okay.
And now the trend would change, right? So that
Yes.
is the I would say, a very low risk entry which is available at that stage. And since we had, meaning I had identified myself and Rishabh, we had identified it in the first week of November itself. After the first week of November was closed, uh, I we were able to take a very low risk entry at that time. This is not to this webinar is not to promote Indian hotels. This is just a case study that we presented here. Okay, and if you see in now, since it has formed a hammer candle even on a monthly chart, again it is an indication that on a longer time frame also the downtrend has ended. So that's a good amount of reasonableness is there that now it could start rising. Plus, if you look at the not only the fundamental analysis but the market news, how it spans out almost many of the international chain of hotels also they are entering Indian market and expanding in Indian market uh, to build new hotels and acquire new properties. So that itself also is an indication that this industry is going to go up. I'm just trying to, mix both of them and just try to, show you that how we should, you know, uh, uh, read those signals and try to interpret.
Rishabh, sorry, one second. I can unmute. Sorry. Yeah, you can unmute. Yeah, Rishabh.
Yeah. Understood, sir, fully.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, any more questions? Anyone wants to ask a question? I have. You can unmute yourself. Yeah. Okay, so next week, I have also identified one more sector, which is in the FMCG part. I am bullish on the fundamental point of view. So we are working on the strategies. Where will the technical fit in that? I'm also working. Sir is also working. Sir has also different patterns as well. He trades on his own analysis. I trade on my own analysis, but we always collide. Morning calls are happening, and at the same time, this this technical helps us to get me a good entry point. So I'm also joining the sessions. If you are interested, guys, you can come. Many of you are my students, so you can also come, guys. It is no harm. I will say, since you are student ना, at least start buying one stock. फंडामेंटल को टेक्निकल से मिलाओ, इंटरव्यू में जाके कुछ तो बात करेंगे. टेक्निकल बात नहीं करनी होती है, फंडामेंटली बात करनी होती है. बट it helps a lot. And sorry, that's what it is. Yeah. Anyone?
Rishabh, there
Yeah.
was one question about, whether are we going to talk about the sector analysis in the course?
Yeah, so Chandan, how is it now? Usually, how you identify a stock? It is
Yeah.
never a bottom-up approach. It is always a top-down approach. First, sir will talk about how the sector goes off, how the Nifty is moving, then how the sector is moving, and from that sector will identify stock. See, ऐसा नहीं होगा ना. See, I have also I have advice. Sorry, Nisha sir also given me an advice. It is not that only stock grows. Huh? The sector should perform, the market should perform, then only your stock, then only technical helps. सबको लगता है चार्टिंग पे होता है, ऐसा नहीं होता है टेक्निकल. दैट इज अ मिथ. कि बस चार्ट दिख गया, हैमर पैटर्न दिख गया तो बाय. It is not that. Nishit sir has a big research behind it, and then he has said कि ये हैमर पैटर्न एक्चुअली बराबर है. वरना अगर इतना इजी होता टेक्निकल में पैसे बनाना तो सब लोग बना देता ना, कि बस हैमर पैटर्न दिख गया बाय हो गया. एंड इट इज ऑल्सो नॉट राइट. कभी कभी हमारा भी लॉस होता है, परफेक्ट, बट आउट ऑफ 7 times, even if we are right 3 times, we still make money out of it. That is strike rate. 30%, even if you are right, you will make money out of it. Let's state like ना 3 रुपया तुम टारगेट है, 1 रुपीज इज योर लॉस. 3 रुपया अगर तुम 3 बार कमाओ तो 9 रुपया कमाते हो, एंड 7 बार अगर तुम फेल हो जाओ 1 रुपया तो 7 ही रुपए जाते हैं. स्टिल यू आर 2 रुपीज इन द प्रॉफिट. दिस इज आवर फिलोसॉफी. तो यही सब हम सिखाने वाले, माइंड सेट, हाउ टू ट्रेड ऑन द माइंड सेट, चार्ट कैसे आइडेंटिफाई होते हैं, स्टॉक्स कैसे आइडेंटिफाई होते हैं, चार्ट्स में ट्रेंड्स कैसे दिखते हैं, बॉलिंजर बैंड्स क्या काम में आते हैं, सपोर्ट रेसिस्टेंस कहाँ पे होना है, व्हाट इज योर एंट्री एग्जिट पॉइंट, स्टॉप लॉस कितना रखना है, टारगेट प्राइस कितना रखना है, मूविंग एवरेजेस, व्हाट डज इट मीन, आरएसआई क्या देखना चाहिए पहले, एंड ऑल दो स्टफ.
See, like, you have seen the chart, right? On my chart there were minimum indicators: Bollinger Band, RSI. That's all. I don't use many more indicators. I just use 2 or 3 indicators, and which helps, because decluttering is also something which is very important. You have to declutter your charts, and it will help you to declutter your mind also.
या शुभम.
सर, सो इसमें जैसे कि आपने बताया कि डिसिप्लिन एंड वो भी दैट्स आल्सो मैटर्स. So in this course, like, are you going to teach about the risk to reward ratio? Ki, like, if you are taking this much amount of risk, then this much amount of reward should be there and such things.
Yes, when we talk about risk management, we will talk about the risk reward ratio also, because when Rishabh said that even if you are, say, 30% time you are right, and 70% your trade doesn't go in the direction what you feel, still you make money. That also talks about risk reward ratio. Hope I have answered your question, Shubham.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Ahmad?
So I wanted to ask that how do you identify a fake trend, like how you showed hammer today? Sometimes, I mean, there we can visibly see hammer pattern, but the uptrends is, I mean, pretty much negligible. It barely goes up and it fails after that. So how do you identify a true uptrend versus just a fake out trend? Are you getting my point, sir?
Yeah, Ahmad. See, first of all, a hammer pattern appearing after a downtrend is a strong signal. Okay, but only hammer is not important. It has to be coupled with or substantiated with the volume also. So volume, even if it is not very high, but above average volume, that would add to the analysis that yes, now the downtrend has ended. Parallelly, if there is something what is known as a confluence of signals. So if suppose if we are referring to RSI, then if the RSI is also maybe taking a support at 40 at that time, like we saw that the RSI was taking a support at 40, the weekly RSI was taking a support at 40, right? So that becomes a confluence of the signal, which would increase the rating of your trade, and higher the rating for the trade, higher is the probability of it to succeed, because there is nobody who can very confidently tell you that the trade will always go in the direction you wish. There are always chances that it may fail, and there are cases where there are false breakout, there are false hammers, but generally hammer you will find at the bottom of the trend. Invariably you will find that there will be an uptrend after the hammer. But if the hammer, if you find it at the top, doesn't mean that the uptrend has ended. It could be like maybe a halt, or it could be a continuation of the trend also. Hope I have answered it, Ahmad.
Yes, sir. So just one follow up. Like once it is in the uptrend. Okay, sir. Let it be, no problem.
Sorry.
Sir, it's okay. It's okay. The question was answered.
Okay.
Guys, any more? Anyone? Any questions? We wrap up. Anything to ask?
Rishabh,
Yeah.
may I suggest why don't we just go through the detail of this course? Let people have a look at it. What are the things we are going to cover? Let them just glance through it so that many of their doubts will get cleared.
Okay. I've sent, actually, this has been sent in the group.
Okay,
It's been
good.
sent in the group. Yeah.
Great.
So just a follow up, what all things, just to
Okay.
have a live webinar, what all things they will learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dilip.
Sir, in Nifty, tourism index, so RSI is showing divergence. So should we wait for some time for on monthly basis?
A monthly divergence is never a strong signal. So monthly divergence, even if you observe, you should not pay attention. You should discard it because it's not strong. Except it is maybe with in a 2 to 3 candles divergence. Then maybe you can consider. Otherwise, monthly divergence generally are not strong signals.
Okay, sir.
What's your view on pharma? Chandan, sorry, we are not
Sorry to
seeing this.
interrupt you, sir.
Yeah,
I
Devan,
have
sorry.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Since I come from a non-finance background, so I was just asking, is it there any prerequisite to be in this workshop? I mean, I don't have any, professional knowledge of how finance work, how stock work. However, you have told in the very beginning that this is not very core finance or something. So would it be really required to know basic things or something prerequisite for this workshop?
No, as such, Devraj. See, that is why I started with it. What you don't understand, division, multiplication. It's what you don't understand. If
See,
it's
anybody who has is maybe 5th or 7th standard pass and have cleared mathematics up to that standard will be able to do this. You require addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, percentage. Only this 5. That's it. Nothing more than that.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
you
Thank
see,
you so
Devraj
much.
sir has written is anybody can trade. You can see his. That is what
Yeah.
we promote. See, actually it is like, in our family members also we have promoted it. Sir has spent almost 5 years in that. I have spent 10 years in the fundamentals. So we actually have investing experience of more than 30 years, 30, 40 years between us. So I have just started to say, because we are not doing it for to earn money. 500 rupees is not what you get to earn money. It is just for our time, so that we can at least take our cost out. That's it. And if you make money, we will be happy, because see, I have done it. I have been it at this level. Sir has also made, he's also retired. So this is what we are doing it, and we are just trying to say that ki sab log karo yaar. It is not that difficult. Discipline raha to everything is possible. And nothing is impossible. You belong, as a sir said, you also be from 5th standard, 7th standard. There is sir is teaching one guy who's in 7th standard. बस उसको सीखना है कि कल तुम्हारे पास पैसा है तो 500 रुपया भी कैसे 500 का 600 करे. That is what we believe.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Okay, anyone else, guys? What's your view on pharma? Chandan, not the right forum to speak on it. I was a pharma analyst, so if you ask a fundamental analyst, negative. But technical is something different that you obviously learn what the chart says. Okay, fine, guys. Then we will wrap up for the day. Thank you so much for joining. possibly now I will share this video on YouTube. Please try to have a comment on that. Will be helpful for us. Or others also, you can share it to your friends. This is like anyone, parents, family members, 40, 50 years, aged people. It is for all. I would like to share something for all the group, because I teach only for finance, but I want to get into this is not only finance. This is about basic stuff. Everyone should know. Being in India, growth, high growth country, only 3% of the people invest, whereas others lose their money. Out of the 3%, also 99% people are losing money just because of not being consistent. Okay. Fine. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nishit sir.
Thank you, everyone. See you in the workshop.
I will send the details in the group, the workshop. If you are interested, just let me know.